Hey, what's up, lightboltjoe here. Today we are going to discuss the brand new season of American Horror Story. It is called Double Feature. The first episodes are called Red Cove, I believe that's what it's called. It takes place in P-Town, Provincetown, Massachusetts. And then the last 4 episodes are a past and present of alien abduction. So the two have nothing to do with each other, except it's in the American Horror Story verse. This is season 10. So 2019 we had American Horror Story 1984. We didn't have anything for 2020 because of the pandemic, and then they filmed season 10 as a two-parter. Honestly, they could have done season 10 as Red Cove, a full 10 episodes, and then a full 10 episodes of the alien story. I how do I talk about these things? I had a lot of issues with the ending of 1984, because of the Richard Ramirez plot points of him being killed at the camp, but like he's still around for Devil's Night dinners at Hotel Cortez, which we know. So like we went over that, and Twitter agreed with me. We all went over that the timeline kind of was destroyed once that Richard Ramirez plot hole was revealed. So I didn't have expectations for plot points taking place in the canon of American Horror Story for season 10. I was just so excited that Evan Peters was back. Majority of our main cast is back, and to have in the last 4 episodes, Lily Rabe play Amelia Earhart and Sarah Paulson play Mamie Eisenhower. It was just so cool seeing that alternative history, alternative American history, and I hate American history, I really do, but it was nice seeing this alt side via the conspiracy theories coming to life. I thought that was pretty neat. So the first 6 episodes are about a group of bloodsuckers in Provincetown taking a black pill called Muse, which is derived from a military experiment, and it brings out the inner artist in you. So like if you're a painter or a writer or a musician, right? But if you're talentless, then you become a pale person, a bloodsucker, who has no objective but to just feed. So it's interesting bringing a conscious vampirism into state, but like not true vampirism. Like it's explained scientifically, but it's really neat seeing the winter aspect of Provincetown and like the non-tourist aspect of it. That was pretty good twists and turns, and it was quick. Like you grew attached. Like Leslie Grossman, man, in the first part and the second part of this season, knockout. I am so happy she's become a main character within a lead actress within the American Horror Story verse. I definitely missed Emma Roberts, I'm not gonna lie, but Evan Peters in drag during the first part, pretty awesome. Never thought he could do that. So cool. What's her name? Frances something. She's a badass as well. So the first part was very entertaining. It was very cool. It was sleek. And then the second part was very interesting because we had past and present stories kind of mingling, and then they overlap at the end. How Area 51 was brought about, that there was a treaty with aliens to by Dwight D. Eisenhower, Ike Eisenhower, President Eisenhower, to get technology from these aliens in exchange for 5,000 Americans to be experimented on each year, to be abducted, to implant hybrid alien babies in them. But while this is happening, there's a reptilian race of aliens living amongst us, taking leadership roles and stuff. So we see the stage of the moon landing in Area 51. We see all of these different things, and it's pretty neat seeing the conspiracy theories brought to life, but also the alt history. Like the last time we saw the killing of JFK in the car was for Umbrella Academy, that it was 5 who actually shot JFK in a time jump. But like in another alt history version of who shot JFK, we have that he was shot because he was about to reveal the treaty that the aliens had with the American president. Like, it's very interesting watching new alternative history within a fictitious standpoint of who killed John F. Kennedy, why was John F. Kennedy killed, all of these things. It's very neat seeing Eisenhower and was Truman a part of this? Richard Nixon was a big character of this as well. But Sarah Paulson as Mamie Eisenhower, man, like, awesome, so sleek. Honestly, I could care less about the present day characters, except for the girl who plays Mia in Love Victor. She has a very specific voice. So while I was crocheting a blanket, and like I was looking down at one point, and when she first came on the screen, I was like, I know that voice. And then I looked it up, and I was like, she's she's Mia in Love Victor. Awesome, another Hulu show. So I think what annoys me the most is Horror Story's been on for 11 years now, right? 2010 was the beginning of season 1, I believe, Murder House. And for 11 years, we have had these characters of rich, white, gay men being the love interests. I'm tired of it. It's been 11 years. Give me some POC. Please give me some people of color. I don't understand why we always have to have rich, white, cisgendered men as the love interests for the main part. I have nothing against the actors who played Troy and whatever the hell his name was for the last 4 episodes of season 10. I have no issue with their acting abilities, but I'm tired of seeing cisgendered white guys play these rich gay characters. Give me some depth. There's other gay couples out there, people of all different races and ethnicities. I don't understand. Give me options. I am tired. It's been 11 years. We're tired. Give me a nice Asian couple, or give me a Korean lead actor with a Native American actor. Make that a beautiful couple. It'd be talked about for generations because it's finally something different. It's modern. It'd be different. I'm so tired of it. So tired of the cisgendered white male in the rich family as the main character dealing with the woes of life. No, that's not life anymore. Maybe 10 years ago, sure, when it was just getting into the mainstream, but we're past that. Modernize, right? That's the purpose of American Horror Story. It's an American Horror Story, right? So the times have changed. Adapt the story. Overall, I enjoyed season 10. I know a lot of people hated season 10. They hated the 6th episode and they hated the 10th episode. I enjoyed both the 6th and the 10th episode. It was quick. It was that. For instance, I am currently reading this book, Bahua and the Soul Stealer, right? I'm halfway through. I'm getting there. We'll do a review at some point. But, like, I like this book a lot because I don't know anything about the Hmong culture, Hmong. So to have this 11-year-old girl, Bahua, fighting alongside this shaman girl Zong, to get the soul of her brother that was stolen, right? It's neat because I don't know anything about this culture, but this is a boring book. It's boring. It's taking way too long to get to the action parts of this. Why am I... It's 2 pages of conversations, which should not be a thing. We'll talk about that. But I think that's my point. I enjoy looking at the modernity of... modernization? Modernity? I'm going to say modernity of cultures being brought into the mainstream. This Hmong culture being represented by this 11-year-old girl, Pahua, is brought into the mainstream under the Reed Riordan Presents guide. I'm very happy about that. I could not wait for this book to come out. I'm so happy that I'm learning some stuff. But it's boring. And it's okay that it's boring. It's totally fine that it's boring because I'm learning. I think that's my point. The point is things that have been in the background deserve a chance to be in the foreground? Yeah. I am tired of the background gay couples staying in the background. It is their due time to come into the foreground. And I think shows like American Horror Story, that's the point of me going in this roundabout, and while I have the book to my right, to your left, I think it's time to modernize the gay couple trope, especially in Horror Story, especially because that was a big focal point, bringing gay couples into horror stories that weren't just the footnote, that weren't just the gag laugh. I think it's important for Horror Story as the franchise to keep up with that and push it more in a sense of bringing the background characters to the foreground. Stop having your cisgendered white male characters when you can have other ethnicities, because there's a lot more other ethnicities out in America. If you're having an American Horror Story, stop telling the stories from the white guy perspective. It's getting boring. It's been 11 years. This is the Italian Jesters coming out. All right, I'm rambling. I think I made my point. C'est la vie. I love Horror Story. I will always love Horror Story. I need to get a Horror Story tattoo. My favorite character is Twisty the Clown. His story was incredible. And I know, yes, he's a cisgendered white man, but it was a full character arc. It was a man who had mental problems, but he didn't understand what he was doing was wrong, and it was fully explained, and it was gorgeous and that's why that season 4 is my favorite season of Horror Story. Freak Show, my favorite season, because it had real people with real disabilities or real issues as characters. The background people were in the foreground. That's literally the point of my entire spiel right now. That's why season 4 of Horror Story will forever be the best, because of the hashtag representation matters. Take that stronghold, push it forward, and let it blossom like a flower. I need soy milk. I need sleep. Yeah. Okay. We are good. On to the next review. Mucho mahalo.